Hello, good morning, everyone, and good morning and good night to so many of you watching us also on the replay. Welcome to Prayers for Humanity, a sisters gathering to uplift each other and humanity. Thank you so much for taking the time in your busy life to show up today. We are priestesses, star seeds, medicine women, light workers on a mission to bring more divine light and love to the world. And I'd love for you to introduce yourself if you haven't done that just yet. You are more than welcome to share anything you would like to share with the group in the chat. And you can just say hello if you haven't yet. And tonight we'll be co-creating a healing ritual as we ride on the energy waves of the Rose of Venus, a geometric pattern Venus makes with the Earth and the Sun over 8 years. We'll work with the energy of the Rose of Venus and Mama Rose, the spirit of the plant, together. So Mama Rose took me by surprise. She wanted to be present and work together with the energy of the Rose of Venus at this time. And so with their assistance, we'll realign our own energy and support our brothers and sisters of the world in doing the same and bringing all of us back to a state of grounding, presence, and readiness to step into a new, higher stage in our evolutionary process. Before we dive into the theme of the month, I'd like to also introduce Dawn to the sisters that might be new to Prayers for Humanity. Last year, Dawn and I got together in a video call for a sister's soul-to-soul conversation. We talked about life and the state of the world, and that's when Prayers for Humanity was created, out of the calling we felt in our hearts to contribute to the evolution and ascension of humanity, and to do this as a community with you. I know that there will be probably new sisters joining us, watching the replay as well with us. And so I would like to start by mentioning my name. My name is Corianca, your host tonight. And before I tell you more about myself, I'd like to introduce my priestess soul sister and co-creator of Prayers for Humanity, Dawn DelVecchio. Dawn is a sister priestess who I feel deeply honored to know and have as a sister friend. She is the founder of the Return of the Priestess speaker series and community, and she is an Amazon bestseller author. She has a deep connection with the divine feminine and the goddess, and has under her belt powerful tools for healing such as astrology, tarot, neurolinguistic programming. Dawn assists women in healing, clearing, and actualizing their sacred leadership potential. Hi, Dawn. Thank you so much for all you do in this world.
Thank you, Corey. It's good to be here again with you. It's been a while. I've missed you all. It's good to be here with you, sisters. Thank you.
Dawn and I have been taking turns every month to host and co-host Prayers for Humanity. And now I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Corianca Cornejo. I am an Incan high priestess, medicine woman, and transformational guide for awakened women who want to step into their sacred destiny and live authentically in their divine essence. I am a former registered nurse, and I bring forth my Incan ancestral legacy to midwife the birth of a bright new life of purpose for women. And I assist also priestesses, medicine women, and creatives embody leadership through high ceremony based upon traditional Incan and Amazonian plant medicine, both in online and in-person retreats, ceremonies, and mentoring programs. Dawn, I would love to invite you to please open up sacred space and say a prayer for clearing and also for energy boundaries.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sisters, can you hear me okay? Because I don't have my fancy speaker here with me in Thailand, my fancy mic. Okay, so let's take a moment to ground and center ourselves first so that we're first attuned to our own energy, and then the energy of the circle, and then the energy of grounding, of sealing and creating sacred space. So taking a breath into the heart, as you inhale, expanding into the heart space, to connect with the breath and connect with your own energy field. And as you exhale, allow the exhale to take with it anything known or unknown that does not serve this time and you at this time together with us. And again, breathing in, expanding to receive the light and the breath of life, to nourish your cells, to nourish your mind, by giving yourself permission to receive, and exhale, giving yourself permission to release unconditionally, lovingly, all that does not serve you. So that you feel yourself coming home to the center of your being, safe within your consciousness, within your mind-body vehicle, within the energy field, the toroidal field that surrounds you. Breathing at a pace that's right for you. As you settle more deeply into this beginning, this opening of our time together this month. And when you're ready, begin to send out your own energy into the field to connect with the sisters here, both in this current time space as we record, and all those who will join us in another now moment. So we're connecting our energetic feelers with each other, creating that field of light and energy together. And continuing to breathe in the recognition of our wholeness, our love, our connection, our safety held in the arms and the mind of Great Mother. I invite in the ancestors and elementals of the four directions, and the guides, angels, master teachers in the non-physical, who support each of us and all of us together, to create a containment field that is permeable by the light of our loved energy, that supports each sister here in all time space, as we co-create higher frequency love activation for the planet. And so we are sealed, surrounded, protected, and connected, centered, grounded, and whole. Welcome to the circle, sisters. Blessed be.
Thank you so much for that. What a beautiful beginning. That really felt good. Thank you, Dawn. Let's start by taking the time to talk a little bit about what the Rose of Venus is all about. The Rose of Venus is a geometric pattern Venus makes with the Earth and also in relation to the Sun over 8 years. The Venus transit is made up of 5 Venus cycles, which take about 18 months each. The 5 Venus cycles form the 5 petals of the rose over 8 years, activating in the process 5 zodiac signs. Then over the next 8 years, Venus repeats the rose geometric pattern almost identically, and so on over the years. On October 22nd, Venus formed the first Sun-Venus conjunction in Libra since 1879. So that was nearly 150 years ago. That's, a lot of time. And now that Venus is becoming an evening star, its energy is taking us on a journey of deep introspection. And so let's take this opportunity to go into our hearts, supported by the Venus energy and the rose, to gain a clearer awareness of our past relationships and events, especially the difficult ones, as they have shaped us and have contributed to our lives at present. Then we'll activate grounded still presence and contemplation for all to assist our brothers and sisters in seeing their inner and outer world and relationships with the eyes of the divine. This is the time to receive the gifts from our past life experiences to start a new cycle prepared for greater expansion. And so this is a pivotal time in our awareness of the past. So I will take you through a guided practice to go there. So please keep your eyes open for this one, unless you actually feel that you prefer to close your eyes for this practice. And so we're going to start by focusing our attention on our breathing in and breathing out. Exhale through your mouth. And you can also shake your body gently. Shake your body gently, and you can open up your mouth and just kind of like relax your muscles. Yeah, relax your muscles. And so I hope that you can see the image of the rose. Can you see it? And if I make the screen a little smaller, can you still see the rose in the whole screen? Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, you're helping me with that to make sure that you're seeing it. So we're going to focus our attention on that rose on the screen. Or if you prefer to close your eyes, you can visualize the image of a clear colored rose. Look at it, how beautiful the rose is. Look at the color of the rose, the softness of each petal, how gracefully petals form the rose. Feel the high vibrational energy of love the rose emanates, and her still presence. She is firmly anchored to the ground by strong roots. We are becoming the rose at this very moment. Borrow her qualities. Allow her to keep your heart strong and open to love while you visit the past. Keep on contemplating the rose, or visualize it with the eye of the divine, with the eye of the mind, while we visit the past. You know, like no one else, the story of your own life. So gently go back in time. In your life, when your relationship with yourself or someone else wasn't easy. When you struggled with self-worth, self-trust, or had a hard time seeing yourself as beautiful or lovable. Or when you felt betrayed by a loved one, hurt, or when perhaps through a battle or drama with someone. Allow your soul to choose one life experience. How long ago was that? A few days ago? A few weeks ago? Or a few months ago? Maybe a few years back? It doesn't matter how long ago that was. It's in the past. The person who experienced that is your past self. You are a new person every day with more life experience, with a new opportunity for growth every day. Stay there for a moment with your past self. Understand her, love her, and see her for who she truly is. Forgive her if you need to. Forgive her. Make peace with her. Make peace with that life experience. Choose to make peace at this moment with anyone who was part of that story. Look into his or her eyes. Choose forgiveness at this moment. How did that experience contribute to your life, to who you are becoming? Find the gift in the experience. What superpowers did you gain or have the potential to gain thanks to that experience? Welcome the gift. Own it. Value your past life experience and the gift that this experience gave you that you get to keep forever. You are the rose who is grounded on the earth, who grows stronger as the wind blows. You are the rose that faces the sun, the rain, and anything that comes your way. You welcome it all. And you're always in good company, surrounded by your sisters in the rose garden. Let's expand our awareness to intentionally come together to become the rose garden. The rose garden that sends the energy of peaceful, still presence to the world. Please turn on your video if you can, and place your hands to the right and the left so that you can virtually touch each other's hands, right? If your hands are very close to the edges of the screen. Yeah, you see? We're touching each other's hands. We are united, heart and soul. Feel the power of the group. Gently quiet your mind. Soften your energy. Hold the intention of joining your prayers for humanity sisters in being the rose garden. The rose garden with a clear purpose to send grounding, still energy presence to the world, to activate those qualities in every person who needs them, who wants to receive them. Together, we send grounding and still presence to North America, they are being activated. We are sending grounding and still presence to Central and South America. They are being activated. Together, we send grounding and still presence to Europe. They are being activated. Together, we are sending grounding and still presence to Asia. They are being activated. And we are sending grounding and still presence to Africa. They are being activated. Together, we are sending grounding and still presence to Oceania. They are being activated. Together, we are sending grounding and still presence to every corner of the world, to every brother, every sister. We are sending grounding and still presence to humanity. You may relax your arms, bring your arms down when you feel ready, slowly. All kinds of storms might come, but humanity will remain strong in the light, grounded to the earth, for new rose gardens like you are growing everywhere. We have root connections underground to feed each other, to teach each other how to remain peaceful and still under any circumstances, no matter what. We share the knowledge and wisdom of the ages. We know how to source grounded, still presence from within and share this blessing with the world. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Now you can take a deep breath. And as you do this, relax your arms and bring them to a comfortable position. You can shake your body, release any kind of energy that needs to go. And you can take 3 deep breaths and gently move your body to fully anchor yourself in your body. Okay, we've done great work. Thank you for coming together to become the rose and the rose garden that blesses humanity with this high frequency. And I'd like to invite anyone who would like to speak about their experience, anything that you would like to share that is uplifting about becoming the rose or becoming the rose garden with us, to send the frequency of grounded still presence. So you can just raise your hand, either your raise hand icon in the reaction button, or physically, if you have your video on, you can raise your hand, and then you are good to speak. If nobody's ready just yet, perhaps Dawn would like to get started.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll share. So a couple of things. One is, when there's a few things. I have interviewed many rose priestesses before, and I'm not a priestess of the rose. I'm not initiated in those lineages. So this is really the first time that I've had the opportunity to be in a rose ceremony. And I used to have rose bushes when I lived in Sedona, and there's rose bushes in the beautiful home that I get to look into their yard right here on my balcony. And the whole understanding, or the inner sense of like the sisterhood of the rose, landed for me in that sense of the rose bushes, and that we're all together. And I absolutely loved this. This was delightful. I see, Gina, you're smiling and laughing too, like, yeah, wow, we can connect at deeper and deeper levels. So I felt great peace in my mind during that entire part, which perfectly aligns with when we went to the past. Just last weekend for me, I did a 2-day fast and cleanse, because I've been going through a lot. I've been really in the thick of some deep inner transformations that have manifested mentally, emotionally, and physically as well. And I was navigating a massive monkey mind, just the incessant thinking. And so during that visualization, because I had sat on my balcony all day, just watching the mountain and the birds and everything, and just watching my mind not stop thinking. And so in this meditation, I went over and I basically was kissing myself all over my forehead to just calm and provide a soothing balm, and then letting go, as you said, Corey, like, that's the past. I don't have to keep taking that with me. I don't need to keep dragging that along as my story. Oh, I'm an incessant thinker. No, I kind of kissed and sealed and released and forgave, and then came into the space of the rose meditation in a place of stillness. And that's what I'd been seeking. That's the thick I'd been in part working through. So that's my share. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing from that deep place, and in such a transparent way, what you have been going through, and how, yes, it's important to come back to our center and deal with things from the past that can really sometimes take away our energy and can take up a space, when what we need truly is to empty ourselves from anything that is heavy energy, so that we can allow the light to pour through, and we can be the conduits of the light that we're meant to be. And life is so much easier and better, right, when we're light. And
Yes,
of
yes,
those
the empty.
stories.
Indeed.
Yes, so anybody else had some kind of an experience? Yes, Gina, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. I too love this, and at least where I'm seeing myself, I'm right next to Dawn and Kuryanka, and the strong energy was just like, I loved it. And it almost boggles the mind, even though I work with energy, you hear it zoom, and I'm feeling the energy. Great. I feel very, very pulled to the rose, and I've been open to learning more mysteries of Rosa Mystica, Mary as Rosa Mystica. But, and I should say, I've recently had this really horrible situation happen with a dear sister, healer friend of mine, who just went very vicious and cut off and it just like was insanity. And it's been obviously playing a lot with me, within me, and time for a Course in Miracles where, but there was something about the meditation where she and her extreme fear and viciousness became very far away, almost like, thank you. That was a great gift.
Yes, there is healing happening, healing of the past, and in a way that we're supporting each other, right? We're all together in the Rose Garden doing this together, and that really adds a very beautiful, deep layer of support to the whole experience. I'm glad that you had that happen for you, Gina, that you got to that place of allowing that to go away and to take healthy distance from that.
Yeah.
I see that Annie wants to share. Please go ahead, Annie.
Actually, I just want to check if this sharing is being recorded, I guess, is it?
It is being recorded, yes.
Okay, because I usually share quite deeply, but I don't think I will if it's a recording. So I'll just say I really appreciate the hands thing too, because it was
Yes.
amazing. I've never done that on Zoom before, so that was great.
You can share as much as you want, just knowing that like-minded people like us will be watching the recording.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but yeah, I don't really feel comfortable. So I'll just say how much I appreciate this. And it was really beautiful to feel that I was letting go of other layers of past thing, a past thing that has been bothering me I've been working on it for years. So it's nice to have another shot at it. So, and this thing with that Zoom, to use that way to connect with each other in the world was really powerful. So thank you for that. And thank you all.
Wonderful. Oh, I love that you're feeling that way and that it was a very positive experience.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Anybody else would like to share? What about the part where we shared with the world? Peace and grounded stillness, that grounded presence.
I'll go quickly. A plane is coming, although I guess you guys can't hear the plane, but I absolutely loved focusing on one area at a time and felt it actually deepened my own inner stillness and expansion, like my diffuse focus. It brought a deeper stillness, like a big calm lake is what it felt like.
Yeah, I felt also that it was very important for this one to focus pretty much on every continent and to go there with the energy, everyone. Yes, please, Adele, and after Adele, Cynthia.
Thanks. It actually felt as we went through the continents that I could feel my feet rooting in that continent, and it just leveled it out. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Adele, for your sharing. And Cynthia, go ahead.
I felt a really strong connection. I don't know whether it's because it's a small group and I just have more of a sense of everybody, but when we connected our energy at the very beginning, it was palpable. There was a very strong connection, and I could, sort of feel the energy all around the world, because we are all around the world. It was just very, very strong. And so it was nice to do the little piece of personal that we did, and then to go back out to the whole world again. And it just felt very, very connected and very safe and protected. It was just really, truly lovely. And I love this opportunity to do this every month, to participate in giving that energy to the world. Humanity needs it so badly, and this is a lovely group of people to do that with. Thank you.
Hey, Cynthia, I want to also add to what you said, that Yes, circles like this will support us in creating in community something that is beyond ourselves. But at the same time, when we are even back at home, even by ourselves, whatever good you put into the world, whatever you do with love, in the way that you treat your family, your pets, your children, your neighbors, in the way you smile at people and make their day, you are already bringing also more light into the world. We're doing our work. We're light workers, the star seeds, right? We're doing our work even in those small gestures. It's happening, but of course it's awesome to also find other ways to up our game and keep on doing as much as we can. Thank you, Cynthia. Anybody else would like to share? It's the beauty of the small group. Everyone can get a chance to connect and voice, what is in their hearts. So maybe perhaps Tara, if you're there, Christy, Linda, Elizabeth, anyone, if you would like to say anything, here we are to listen. All right, we're good. Is there anything else that you would like to share, Dawn, or any question that you might have for people? Maybe any insights?
Let me just tune in here. I mean, I feel like I've shared my, my experience. Well, a stillness has come over my mind, so not a lot's coming in right now, which is good. For me, that's a blessing.
Yes, that's a great feeling. And talking about the rose, I am really in love with the rose energy. And it's a beautiful exploration that if you are connected to the rose in any way or would like to explore a connection with the rose, it's very easy. You can start by talking to the plants, the rose plants in your garden. Something I like to do with the small little tiny petals of Chinese roses I have at home. They're little tiny ones. I don't know if you know the name of Chinese roses, but they're not your regular big rose, but they're this tiny little version of the bigger rose. So I like when the petals start to dry up, I like to pick them, from the plant. And I don't just let them fall on the ground and that's it, they're gone. I like to take them places and offer them as a prayer to Pachamama. It's kind of like a prayer of gratitude. So those petals go back to Mother Earth, but I am giving them to her in this very intentional, loving way, right? Like I'm sharing something beautiful with her, no matter if the color has faded, they're rose petals. They're always going to be beautiful no matter what. And yes, so the roses mean a lot to me, and there are many reasons why I love them. So they're quite special. There are many ways to work with the rose or speak to the rose. Many things that you can do, but those are a couple of things that I think are quite easy to do. But if you also don't have a rose bush and you buy roses, to have them in your home, again, when those petals start to dry up, don't just toss them in the garbage can, right? You can take the petals and you can, if you have enough, maybe you can place them right in front of your home, your doorway or something like that, and bless your home with them, because they have such a beautiful energy. And it's not only about the material, of the physical rose itself, but the energy of the rose that you're going to call through your prayers and using the petals and placing them, on the ground in front of your home. Those are just yes.
That reminds me, I have some other ways that I worked with roses when I had rose bushes in Sedona. When I lived in Sedona, I would offer them to my altars around the house and put them around the feet of any goddess statues that I had. So I had that intentionality. And then in Bali, for any of you who've been to Bali, you know, there's lots of flowers there. I call it the land of rain and flowers. And they create whole altars with different kinds of flowers, including rose petals. And so I love this idea of putting the roses, the petals in front of your doorway. But you can also, like I've sometimes for ceremonies at retreats, for example, like when I'm in Thailand, I'll buy a whole bag of rose petals, and then have the sisters create altars or mandalas with the rose petals, and we'll change out the flowers every day of the retreat, or the petals, so that they become something new, and then offer the other ones to a tree, the base of a tree, something like that. So yeah, this creativity with the creativity of Mother Earth is a beautiful engagement.
Yes, so many things we can do. Oh, I love rose petal confetti in all sacred places and your home. Yes, I love that. So many things we can do. So if you have any other ways in which you like to use roses in a sacred way, or in which you communicate with the spirit of the rose, yeah, please share now or later. For the people watching the recording, you can always, let us know, comment in a little email and let us know. And so if everyone feels complete with sharing, this is the last opportunity. If you would like to speak up, it's a time to do it. Gina says, I love rose essential oil, luscious. Yes. Oh my gosh. You just reminded me of a time when I had priestess sisters, in ceremony. Was that in California, the States? And at that time, I was tuning in and connecting with her from my home here in Cusco. And I placed a drop of rose essential oil under my, the tongue. And I connected with them. And it was the most beautiful and clear love connection with my sisters. So yes, many things that you can do. Do you have children far away? Do you have a loved one that you don't get to see very often because they're very far away? You can always use rose essential oil to do a connection prayer, a heart-to-heart connection. It just helps the whole process be so easy and smooth and so clear. That connection is amazing. I know that Cynthia wants to also say something, so go ahead.
I love roses. I love rose petals. And when they fall, whenever I have been lucky enough to receive roses as a gift and the petals fall off, they're so soft. They're like better than velvet. They're just so soft. And this area here is more sensitive, I think, than my hands anymore. So I just rub them around my face just so I can feel how soft they are. I just love.
I do that too. Yes. Yeah, better than velvet. I love that. Yeah, indeed. Softer than velvet.
Oh, I love that conversation about, the roses and feeling the softness in your skin. The other thing that I love is also natural skincare with essential oils, all kinds of flowers, including roses, of course, as one of the top ones. We can continue talking about that. Oh my gosh, we can start talking recipes here. Yes, the love for roses is endless. There is a good reason why we feel attracted to them. They are, my mother would make rose petal jam, says Christy. Yes, I actually have made rose petal jam with strawberries and white rose petals in the past. It's really amazing. The aroma in your kitchen is like, can you imagine roses and strawberries together? Oh, so good. But yeah, so rose petal jam, very delicate, very amazing. Amazing, yes. So yes, the rose connects us to our hearts, to the mother energy, connects us to Virgin Mary, and it's a beautiful connector of souls, I feel. So we are coming to the end of the sacred gathering, and we'll make a couple of announcements before we close the circle with a prayer. And so I just want to mention, maybe you have heard this before, but I still want to announce it once again. I have been leading Prayers for Humanity with Dawn every second month, taking turns with her to host and co-host since September 2021. And so now I will take a pause of leading Prayers for Humanity for a few months to develop a project. And so for that reason, I will stop for a while doing the hosting every second month. But then I plan to start hosting again at the end of next year. And in the meantime, I will continue co-hosting with Dawn when Dawn offers Prayers for Humanity. And I would like to ask Dawn if you would like to announce the date of December Prayers for Humanity. And if you know the theme, you might share that. And if not, it's okay. Sometimes the themes kind of like take a step forward and say, this is what we're going to do way closer to the date of Prayers for Humanity.
Yes.
It doesn't always come very, very early.
Yeah, in this case, it came early. So our theme is Awakening the Christed Light Within for December, and it will be on the 21st or the 20th, depending on where you are in the world. So in the USA, it's Tuesday, December 20th. And in Europe, Asia, Australia, it's Wednesday, the 21st. So this is a solstice gathering. And I'm going to do it now that I'm here and I'm in the cycle and I'm seeing what my sleep pattern is and everything. We're going to do it an hour earlier than we met today to make it easier for the US Pacific. It does make it harder for Australia, and I'm not sure for South Africa, actually. If that makes it worse or better. I hope it makes it better, but I'm not sure. So obviously the emails will go out for that. And then I do believe that in January, I probably will not host because my husband is flying out here and he's meeting me in the country of Laos, which is a more developing country. And we're going to take time to travel together. And then even after he leaves, I'm going to be exploring some of the real third world parts of Laos. So I can't guarantee that I will have my laptop, but that I'll even have internet connection in some of these places. So we'll restart up again in February. So yeah, so Tuesday, December 20th in the US, Wednesday, the 21st in Europe, Asia, Australia, and an hour earlier than we began today. Awakening the Christed Light Within.
A wonderful theme, very much in tune with Christmas coming up. Time goes by so quickly, it seems. We're at the end of the year already. Well, I look forward to that one, and for sure I will be joining and being part of it, and I'll be here to support Dawn and the group, and so we're gonna get together in December. Yes, Annie.
I just wondered, will it be the same link, or will we get an email from, who will we get an email from?
No, you'll get emails inviting you. So this is always how it happens. So if you're on both of our email lists, which you probably are by now, you'll get emails from both of us. You can sign up on either one. You'll go to my registration page, and then you'll get a confirmation email from my system with my email with a link that I've set up. So yeah, so you have to re-register every time. That's why we do it, so that we've been again taking turns, so we can send out the reminders and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Leveraging
Dawn, what
automation.
is your sort of website or email?
It's my name, DawnDelVecchio.com.
Okay, right. Yes.
Is this your first time with us, Annie?
I've tried a couple of times, but for some reason it didn't work out. So yeah, my first time. Yeah. Thank you. It was wonderful as I'd hoped.
Oh, well, it's good to have you with us. And of course, Corey you'll probably send out an email too, right, Corey? So if you're on her email list, you'll get it from her.
Exactly. But it's just so you know, everyone knows, every time there is Prayers for Humanity, every time there is an invitation to sign up for that month's Prayers for Humanity, and the link to enter the ceremony is always a unique link every time.
Well, thank you for clarifying that.
Yes.
And Adele says, doesn't matter. It's beautiful. So much worth getting up even earlier. Much appreciated. But much appreciate you, Adele. Oh, someone just tried to come in and left. Oh, well. Okay.
All right.
So what's
So,
next, Corey?
it's a sweet closing prayer. And I will invite you, Dawn, to please do us the honor to do the closing prayer.
Okay, so dear sisters, let us tune in to our heart space, to the breath, and to the rose that we meditated upon, and the petals of the rose, that softness that we feel when we caress our face and our skin with the
I lost her. Did anybody else lose her? Oh,
oh, I'm back. Can you hear me?
oh yeah, now I can.
Now we can, yes.
Okay, so we're tuning into the softness of the rose and the connection with each other, and breathing into that and really drinking in the energy of what we've shared, of the tenderness of our loving hearts, and yet the power of our hearts, and the softness of the petals of the rose, and yet their strength, united together as a sistership on each bush, each plant, and rooted deeply in the earth. Let us feel the strength and the softness and the power of our divine energies as represented by the rose. And let us hold that energy in our hearts, knowing that we have the power and the strength and the tenderness to walk through these times of great transformation with love in our hearts for all of our sisters and brothers of earth, for all of humanity, that we can bring the ray of the rose, the ray of soft strength to all of life as we all navigate this great awakening. And so I call upon all of the sisters of the rose all around this earth, and the great ancient mothers who hold the strength and softness, the goddesses of the rose, to guide and overlight and protect us each as we walk away from this gathering and re-enter our own lives with the soft strength of a priestess, of a woman, of a human, of an eternal spirit having a human experience. With love in our hearts, we say thank you to the guides, angels, and master teachers who have held us here in this sacred space, releasing you and knowing you are with us always. And to each of you here, I bow to the rose of softness and strength in your hearts. Blessed be and amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn, and thank you, everyone, for being here, for your presence and your light. And see you on Prayers for Humanity on December.
Yes, thank you so much, sisters. Welcome, Paula. Sorry you missed, and you'll get the recording too, sisters. So, have a blessed day or evening, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And just a reminder, Corey, that you can stop the recording.